Well, hello, my beautiful Aries. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career and money reading for the end of September, right through the end of October 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aries, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. So let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aries? What do they need to know regarding their career sector? Can you please show them what they need to know regarding their money situation? What is to come for them? What can they see for their future at this time? What can be illuminated? For them. We have the Rider. So definitely an action-packed couple of weeks ahead of you. I definitely see here some movement in your career sector and some improvement. And if you've currently come to this reading and you are looking for a new role, if you're either out of work right now or you were made redundant or you lost your job and you're currently looking for a new opportunity, there is one coming in. I see that you're going to form a really nice alliance with either a company or a brand that you've been hoping to work for or with for quite some time. So I definitely see some opportunity coming your way, but we will tap into that a little bit more a little bit later on. And if you're already in a working environment where you are doing what you do normally day to day, then I definitely see that you're going to make headway on some of the projects that you're on. But also I see a lot of you tying up loose ends, finishing what you started, and being very productive over the next coming weeks and months. And there is some indication here of good news and also a small reward or an incentive here regarding your finances. Now, this could be making profit if you are someone who, sells your own goods, or you're an entrepreneur, or if you work for a company or an industry. It can indicate that there is some recognition coming in for you. I do see that strategy will work well for you over the next coming weeks and months. I would say, especially in October, I feel like you're going to be very busy. So writing a to-do list would be very beneficial for you, because I definitely see that you're going to have a lot on your plate, and I feel you're going to leave the month really proud of yourself that actually you got a lot done there. Now you have a lot of cards that have horses in them. I will show you them individually. Some of you may literally work with horses, so if that's you, then there's definitely some really great news coming your way regarding that. But ultimately, I feel this is a major month of progress, of taking action on things, really making headway on projects and doing whatever it is that you love, okay? Also, I would say honor your alone time or your quiet time. Make sure you get good quality rest, because I do see that the pace is going to be pretty fast over the next coming weeks and months. But I also see that you know this already. You know that you have a lot to do. You know that you have a lot on your plate. And I feel like you're being very direct, very focused, and some of you may even be trying to tie up loose ends on projects because you have some sort of vacation or something that you want to travel to or take some time off for as you move through the rest of the year. Okay, definitely something to celebrate at the end of October for you. So very exciting time. Let's get tapping into your energy. Something big is coming to an end as well, is what I see there. It's run its course. So it could be the way that you've been working, perhaps there's been some aspect of your career that you feel weighs you down. Maybe it wastes your time. I feel like you're being more efficient over the next coming weeks and months to make sure that you bypass this thing, whatever it is, whether it's an outdated filing system or whether it's perhaps some red tape. I see you bypassing something so you can be more time efficient. And also I feel you are securing yourself in your industry. So whether you're currently looking for a role or you're currently in a role already, I definitely see here that some things have been a bit of a struggle. Some of you, with the anchor in the resistance position, you felt a little bit nervous or a little bit anxious about the working environment. You may have felt that there's some changes going on behind the scenes and you're a little bit unsure as to how they're going to affect you long term. But with that King of Cups, this is about you doing what you love. This is about you giving 100% to the career that you're in. Three of Cups, I definitely see something to celebrate, but also I see creative alliances forming as well. So if you're in a team that tends to have low workers' morale or no office support there, you're going to see people pulling together. People are just going to be in a better mood over the next coming weeks and months. And also I feel for some of you, there are going to be a few delays. Okay, so I would just maybe book things early if you're going to be needing certain items for whatever it is that you do. If you're shipping things, for example, I see logistic problems. I see a little bit of delay going on there. So just watch out for that. Also, some of you, especially if you are someone who is a freelancer, because all the horses can indicate freelance work. Some of you may even be thinking about seasonal work as well as a second stream of income during this time. But if you're a freelancer and you go from project to project, I see that some of you, there's an energy here of you may not have been paid on something, okay? And if you're waiting for that pay, I see the frustration here. I feel it will come to an end. I feel like you will be paid, but ultimately I feel what you say about this person who employed you or you had a contract with this person, I feel like your words will damage their reputation. But I mean, rightly so if they haven't paid up. I feel some of you may go to a governing body or you may actually put like the word out on like a social media forum or platform, and this will basically highlight to other people, avoid this person, they do not pay up. And this level of notoriety, shall we say, it will basically influence this person and how they do business. So it may make them sit up a little bit. I would also say just watch out for that. Anything you put out on a social media platform against another person, it can be seen as defamation, and you just wouldn't want to get caught on that. Go through the right lines of inquiry legally if you haven't been given the money that you truly deserve and desire. But I do see that you'll get it, okay? So if some of you are worrying about it, I do see that you will get it. Now, moving away from energy, and for the majority energy of my beautiful Aries, this is you taking stock of your direction. I'm actually seeing, it's interesting, I'm seeing signposts in the water right now. So the next coming weeks is about your direction, the things that you need to focus on, make headway on. I feel like you're keeping your head down and just trying to do what you normally do day to day. But also, some of you, I feel like you may be thinking of taking action on doing something that is either a new idea, maybe a second stream of income, or you're launching something, because I feel like you are out there happening to things and you're someone who has to lead with passion. You have to love what you do. And of course, we all do like a certain aspect of our career that we perhaps don't particularly love doing, but we know we got to do it. For example, some of you, there is a lot of paperwork to be done over the next coming weeks and months, and you're going to be totally on top of things. But some of you may actually outsource those aspects of your career that perhaps you don't like, or you may delegate over the time period that you've got there, because I feel like you're focused on what's important, what's critical, and you're prioritizing at this time. Now, as you can see here, it says visitor arrival, messages, news, quick movement, new information, taking action. So if you're launching a business, I mean, we do have a Queen of Cups here and a King of Cups. Some of you may be thinking of forming a creative alliance with somebody, or you may actually hear news that someone wants to work with you over the next coming weeks and months. Especially if you're a creative, I see someone reaching out and saying, hey, do you want to collaborate? I really love what you do. For some of you, you, if you are, you know, a creative who has a manager, for example, I see you working closely with that person and they are going to open new doors for you. There's some really wonderful things coming your way. And there's a project where you get to work with someone that you've wanted to work with for a long time. Now, this could be someone that you meet at an event, because I see an invitation here for some of you, a networking event that maybe you think about not going to. And it feels, looking at the energy, it feels very local. So it could be like an event that you thought, you know what, I'd like to go to it, but I'm just not feeling it. And it's kind of local. There's probably no one going to be there. But actually, there's someone who is integral to your industry. And this person could actually be well known, okay? And they like to go to the local events. They like to source local talent. So I'm not sure what industry this is in, but I feel it's creative in nature. So if you are a creative, I would definitely say, you know, go to things that your heart yearns to go to, but also if you have a hunch that you should go to something, I mean, if you're not feeling it, really listen to your intuition and not go, of course. But if there's a little whisper there that says, maybe I should go, I feel like your guides are indicating this is an opportunity for you to meet a creative alliance and it will work well for you in the future. It feels like a networking thing, even though it's not an actual networking thing, okay? It works out to be networking for you. Now, for those of you who are not in a creative industry, I feel this is about you moving up the ladder, working really hard. You're going to be very, very productive. But I do see some sort of VIP or a person who actually has a lot of clout coming to either oversee whatever it is that you do or that people around you do. I see someone coming to visit. This person could be from overseas as well. So it feels like there's a bit of a hustle bustle whilst people get everything in order for this person to come in. Almost feels like a little bit of the red carpet treatment. Okay, so maybe this person, they're a CEO, or maybe they are someone who is a big investor in the company that you work for. And if you're an entrepreneur, it could be that you are talking to investors at this time, because I see a very important meeting that you'll attend and it will go really well. Okay, I see you branching out. I see really good things going on for you, but I also see that you're working really hard to accomplish whatever it is that you're accomplishing. I see that you're actually achieving a lot right now, and it may not feel like it, but I feel like you've been going through a lot. It's been a lot of heavy energy. Some of you have had to pick up extra work, or there's been just more required of you, let's put it that way, and you've been feeling a little bit exhausted, overworked, overstretched. And with that 7 of Cups in the resistance position, a lot of you have been feeling a little bit clouded. You know, sometimes when we've got a lot on our plate, it feels like we're a bit scattered. We're like, I gotta do this, gotta do that. Okay, I didn't do that, I gotta revisit that. And I feel like October, although it's going to be busy, I don't feel it's going to be like frazzled. I feel like you're going to be super organized, really focused, and I feel like you're going to be very precise about what it is that you are kind of investing your energy in. And I feel this straightforward energy as well. I mean, the Temperance card, it tells me that you're focused a lot on your true life's mission, your purpose. You are adding value and making an impact in your industry. I mean, the Temperance card tells me that you've been very patient. You're diligently working towards your goals and dreams. But also this card indicates that right now you're weighing up some options, okay? You're thinking about your priorities. And I feel like, yes, you are prioritizing. And anything that you don't really feel is a priority, you will do at the end of the month, because I feel like you kind of like get everything done at the end of the month. And with that Temperance card, I feel this is you being proud that you're on the right path. And I feel right now some of you are basically tapping into, it doesn't feel like you're tapping into the things that you love doing and only doing that. I feel like you're aware that there are some aspects of your career that you just have to do, right? But I feel for some of you, this is about making sure that you implement self-care, because sometimes you tend to overwork yourself, especially when you're passionate about something. And I feel this is about balance with these 2 cards there. fast-paced month, but make sure that there is balance there too. And for some of you, with the Queen of Cups and the Temperance card, when it comes to finances, I feel like you're trying to moderately spend and save. Have the best of both worlds, okay? So you may feel like treating yourself, but also you want to save. I see some of you wanting to purchase something larger in the future. This could be a car. This could also be a property. Some of you may even think about going into real estate, or you're looking at financial structures right now that will benefit you, and maybe you're trying to get into real estate so that you can have some level of investment, but at the same time you have some money ticking over that will help you free up your time a little bit. Now, of course, not everybody's going to be thinking about that, but I'm feeling it as a very strong energy. Now, what I'm hearing is like someone knocking at the door right now, okay? And it's like, now it's either you are listening to this reading and you can hear someone knocking on the door right now. Maybe it's a delivery person, but the energy I'm being given in this particular reading is opportunity knocks. I know it's such a cliche, but I'm being given this energy of opportunity knocks in the next 6 weeks, and it's going to be something that you are going to really be excited about, okay? The Queen of Cups, it's giving me major vibes that you're going to celebrate this moment. It's almost like you're raising a toast to yourself that you did it, because whatever it is you're working on, you did this all by yourself. So I feel like you're moving up the ladder. There are creative collaborations or people around you who actually want to see you be very successful. And if you're thinking about partnering up in business with somebody, I feel it's very important to make sure that you're on the same page and that you get a contract in place just to make sure that both of you, it's like your values align, okay? And that both of you know what is required of each of you, and that it doesn't feel like you're doing all the work and they're just coasting off your success, okay? So I just want you to be aware of that. Now, for some of you, you may be thinking about leaving a position that was long-term, okay, because the anchor there, it is in the resistance position. Some of you may be putting your resume out there because either you're trying to be a little bit more nomadic in your career environment, because to be unanchored is to feel like you can go in any direction, okay? So I get an energy that some of you are trying to implement new ways of working, maybe become an entrepreneur, or, you know, basically have a business online where you can be a little bit more free with your time. So some of you may be trying to create a structure like that, or you have a structure like that and you're just trying to keep things interesting and moving forward. And for some of you, you may have felt that although you're passionate, you know what you want to go and get, because I mean, the rider is that go-getting spirit, and you are, you know, the representation of passion and of that maverick soul. So I definitely see that you know what you want as your goal, your outcome, but some of you have found it really difficult right now, and it may lead to periods where you feel like you're drifting or you're almost like on autopilot. When we're in the midst of working really hard towards obtaining a goal, it can feel like we're not making any progress. It can feel like we're just in it and it just feels like we're stuck, or it's a very long road. And you're being very patient, and I feel like you can't fast track whatever it is that you're doing, but I do see that the universe is sending you opportunity to help you level up to the next stage because you're ready. And I feel like you're someone who's super gifted and very talented, and I feel there is an opportunity coming in. So if you are putting your resume out there to find new opportunities, I feel there is a long-term position coming in, and it may actually have some aspect of travel attached to it, or this means that you are secure in the finances that you're currently making. Okay, so if you are someone who is an entrepreneur and you're feeling a little bit nervous about the economic situation at the moment, it's quite volatile. I definitely see with that anchor there that you are someone who is protecting your endeavors and you're secure in whatever it is that you are working towards right now. We've got safety, stability, fixed, enduring, stuck, consistent, stubborn, and long-term. Now, sometimes people see the word stubborn as a negative word. Now, I'm a Scorpio, and, some people may have described me as stubborn occasionally. I like to say diligent. I like to say determined, because when someone stubbornly moves towards their goals, it means that, they are headstrong. It means that they know what they want. They know what they're capable of. And you are someone who is destined for success. You're not going to give up on whatever it is that you're working towards right now. And you shall have it. You shall have the sweet reward. You've got the bees and honey card at the end there. And you've also got the King of Cups. A lot of you are moving towards a major promotion, okay? Because when you have the King and Queen of Cups as separate energies in a career reading, it can indicate that right now you're vibing at a frequency where you're at Queen energy. You're the power behind the throne, okay? So you're in a really good position right now, but you're moving into a promotion. The King energy is the next level up. So I feel like you're very established at what you do. A lot of you, I feel that you are going to move into a different role with a different status, and it is a promotion. I feel there's more money attached to this. There's more incentive attached to it. There's more work attached to it. I feel like you're going to be very busy. Some of you may be moving offices, or you may be just leveling up in general, and it feels like everything is changing. You got the coffin there, which represents the end of something, but the beginning of something wonderful. You're in a transition phase. Now, because we do have the Three of Wands there, and we have the Seven of Cups, and they're in the resistance position, like you got them there in the reverse. Some of you may be hearing about your industry changing in certain ways that perhaps you're not completely satisfied with. So, for example, if you work for a company, could be that there's a merge going on there, and you're feeling a bit of a shift in the sort of alliances, or maybe even people. Their energy is changing. Everyone's feeling a bit restless or unsure how this merge is going to go. I mean, there's definitely going to be some redundancies in this merge. I got to be honest with you. But I see with your energy there, King of Cups and the Bees card, I feel like, you're going to be working really hard, but I see you are rewarded. And if you're deciding to leave before that happens, that merge, I see that you're actually going to move into a new role that has greater status, but also more reward attached to it, more bonuses and more opportunity to flourish and utilize your skill set. So right now, I feel like you're weighing up your options based on the circumstances that you've got. And of course, everybody's got different circumstances. I'm reading for a lot of people and a lot of energy right now. If you're an entrepreneur, for example, you could be noticing that the industry that you work in is changing and it's fluctuating, or you may feel that there's a lot of chaotic energy right now and you're just trying to think of new ideas to stay ahead of the curve. You're branching out, trying new things. This is a perfect time to get curious about other things at work. Of course, you've got a tried and tested method that is working. But if the circumstances around that is fluctuating right now, especially with these cards, I feel like you are on target to reach your heart's desire, but also I feel like you are looking at other opportunities or other lines of inquiry. So I feel if you've got a new idea to branch out, to expand your business, I definitely see it's going to be very, very lucrative for you, and it opens up a lot of doors, okay? Now, with that Three of Wands, it will go into the upright, which tells me that a lot of you, this is an enterprising time for you. You're waiting and watching for the right opportunity. Some of you may be offered a bonus or a raise or some sort of incentive over the next coming weeks and months. And if you're not happy where you're at and your heart's not in it as much as it used to be, some of you are just waiting until you get that bonus, and then you're deciding to move into a new opportunity. I feel you're doing what's best for you, but you're keeping it to yourself as well there. I would also say with the Seven of Cups energy, that will go into the upright. So I feel like, yes, you're going to be super busy and there's going to be a lot of things on your plate. So having a to-do list would be very, beneficial for you, because I feel with so much on your plate, there is a potential to feel a little bit scattered there. Don't feel like you have to do everything all at once. Now, the outcome, we've got the Coffin card, okay? So this is not to be feared. It normally means, the completion of a project. I want you to be aware of that. It even says it there, okay? Completion, okay? So don't be freaking out there. It says transformation, and I mean, there's also grief, defeat, painful ending as well. So for some of you, I mean, looking at your cards, you're going to a King of Cups. So I am going to pull a card on this, but in the changes in your industry, and I got to be honest with the energy that I'm being given, you may notice people like seeing their businesses downsize, you know, the branches kind of like fall away. You may notice that some people are being made redundant at this time because things are a little bit volatile. You know, you can see it yourself. I'm not going to lie to you. You've got the card there as well. But looking at your overarching energy, it tells me that you are not going to be affected by these things personally. I feel this is more that you're going to notice this going on, and it basically, of course, is a very distressing time indeed for some people. So I'm just going to pull a card on it. The main energy I've got for you is that, you know, you may be leaving a place in order to form an alliance elsewhere. Okay, so that Two of Cups, I feel for some, especially if you're leaving a company that you've been in for quite some time, I feel like they really will miss you. But there is an energy for some of you where you feel, well, they should have appreciated me when I was there. So, you know, with the Two of Cups, clarifying that coffin card, it basically means that there's a new proposal. Okay, and it can indicate that one team is losing you, however, another team is gaining you. But also it can indicate that, you know, for some of you, if you're an entrepreneur, for example, some of you may be leaving a business partnership in order to form a better alliance. Or some of you with that Two of Cups, you're just getting a better deal. You're just getting a better proposal. Okay, you know, with the coffin card, it can also work in a personal way, which means it could be that you're looking at certain service providers that you utilize and they're just too expensive. You may feel like they're upping their prices and you can get a better deal elsewhere. So you form another deal with a service provider and you get a better deal there and you let go of that other company. But also it could be that you're like decluttering and getting rid of subscriptions, keeping the things that you love, because ultimately you're leading with a Queen of Cups. Now, this reading is not gender specific, but it's all about your energy and it's about you doing the things that you love. And when you vibe at that frequency, it means you're attracting more things that you're going to love. And a Two of Cups, when it connects to business or money, it basically means that you're forming some sort of agreement. There is a union there. And I feel like there's an energy of working together and getting what you need. There's an exchange. This is a reciprocal exchange of money for your gifts or talents. There's a wonderful encounter here as well where you will benefit from it. So again, I'm getting an energy that if you're invited to something, you're not so sure about going. I feel last minute you get a hunch that you should go. Definitely go there because I feel like you will meet someone who will be very beneficial. Now, I did clarify that coffin just to make sure that it wasn't a super negative thing for you, because if it showed up on its own without this card, I would say, okay, there may be something a little bit difficult at the end of the month. For some of you, it could be that you're coming to the end of a project that you liked working on and you're like, oh, okay, what next? But you're kind of a little bit disappointed that it's over. You liked working on it. But ultimately, I feel that, you know, it's a positive shift for you. Now, I've got to address some of you, not all of you, only if you came to this reading. Some of you may be going through something personal, okay? Maybe something ended in your life. For some of you, it could be you going through a divorce or a separation. For some of you, you may have been going through a period of grief. Perhaps someone really dear to you has transitioned and passed on. So I'm sending you a huge hug out there. I see a lot of you trying to launch yourself back into work in order to keep your mind and your heart off things. Know that it is a process and that, you know, your body will ebb and flow with emotion as it's meant to. So don't rush yourself into things. Make sure you take some time for you because your body and your mind and your heart is trying to adjust at this time, okay? And of course, I see a lot of understanding around you. So, you know, if you're using work as a coping mechanism right now, totally get that. But please, you know, maybe confide in someone in your working environment and say, look, this is what I'm going through. I mean, you don't have to, of course, but I feel like they will understand. So I do see that there is this community around you if you're going through something personal that has been very difficult to deal with, okay? Now, with a lot of respect, thanks so much, I'm so grateful. I'm just being given an image and it's really random, but I have to give it to you because that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing like Lego blocks. you know, like, yeah, Lego. Different colors, red, yellow, blue, green, yellow. Yeah, I've said yellow. I'm seeing just lots of it there. So either this is a little sign from someone who has transitioned or passed on over. It could be a little sign for you. Maybe it's a sign of you, no matter your circumstances right now, of seeing little Lego blocks. And this is an indication that everything that you're building is coming together and it's solid, that you're going to be good. Everything's going to work out in your favor, okay? So with a lot of respect, I'm going to move away from that image, but I would say definitely look out for Lego, because I feel it could be a sign for you that things are coming together as planned. Things are taking shape, okay? You're building something really special. Now, your final overarching card is the bees, okay? So it definitely indicates you're working really hard and there is sweet reward, okay? Structure, as I mentioned, is going to work really well for you. Having that to-do list, you know, writing things down in your diary, or maybe just making sure that you have something to hand to remind you of everything that you've got to do that's important. I would say important documents this month. Pay close attention to expiry dates, especially if you're traveling for a vacation, especially as well if there are like certain contracts you have with clients or something that you need to renew. I feel it's something you need to keep on top of this month. I would also keep an eye on emails, especially your spam folder, because there may be something in there that is important to either your career or to your finances that you'll need to either fill in, send away, and it will be very beneficial for you. But I just feel for some of you with the Three of Wands, it almost feels like there may be a delay in this getting to you, like an important document getting to you delayed, and then you may have to work quick time in order to fill it out. Because I feel at the end of the month, there's a little bit of a flurry or a rush to complete something, and you're going to get it done, though. Don't worry about that. And I feel like it's even more sweeter because it presented a challenge that you're frustrated with at first. However, you conquer it and it's fine, okay? Now it says here, sweetness, cooperation, hard work, focus, dedication, sweet results, and duty. So a lot of responsibility. I feel like you're in the flow of doing whatever it is that you've got to do. For some of you, not all of you, some of you may have the tough decision to have to let some people go in your industry. So if you are a CEO or if you are a member of HR, for example, this may be a task that you have to do. And again, very difficult task. I get an energy that you'd rather not. I feel like, you know, you love the people that you work with. You'd rather not do that. But for some of you, not all of you, but some of you, the circumstances don't give you any other choice. Your Seven of Cups is in the resistance position. So I feel like, you know, leading with compassion, very important. I mean, you are doing that with that Queen of Cups. You're someone who has a lot of heart, a lot of soul, and deep down, you really don't want to do this. I see that, but I feel it's something that you have to do right now. So again, I'm sending you a lot of love and support if that's you, okay? And for those of you who were made redundant or let go of before you came to this reading, again, I see that you've gone through a very difficult time and you may have felt like you're not secure in your endeavors, but there is a wonderful opportunity coming in here that part of you is going to be really happy that you left the other place, right? So I see some really good things coming towards you. Now, King of Cups energy is basically giving your career everything you've got. And I feel like, you know, you make a lot of effort to make your life work the way that it's working right now. And of course, we all experience some bumps in the road and some difficulties, but I feel like you are someone who is strong enough to overcome any challenge. This is a card of, you know, achieving a reward, but also, you know, of you making your dreams become a reality. Cups are always about your dreams, your goals, and you are second to none. And I feel this is about you taking control of different aspects of what it is you need to do in order to make everything come together as it should. So I see you conquering something that was difficult, and the Three of Cups is that good news that you will celebrate. This is a card that indicates, you know, not just luck is on your side, but I feel like you made your own luck. You worked hard for this, but I feel this is about, you know, something being offered to you. Could be an incentive, could be a new investment, for example. for some of you, you may even be offered like a position of authority where you're either like a fire warden or a first aider or someone who has some sort of responsibility in your working environment. And there is a little financial reward for that each month because of that special responsibility that you have. And I see a lot of you having a very important meeting this month as well. It's going to go in your favor. So whether that's an interview, whether it's a meeting with a client, whether it is someone that you need to sit down and have like head-to-head with, maybe you're brainstorming new creative ideas, it's going to be bearing fruit and it's going to be very lucrative. And I feel like, you know, it's a win-win situation for you and this person. I mean, as you can see here, there's two elephants sitting down, and it feels very much like a meeting of minds. Elephants have a lot of empathy, okay? So this is you being understood by somebody else in your industry and, you know, some sort of alliance forming, but also it's, you know, knowledge being shared. So some of you, this could be that you find some new information that helps you in your endeavors. Some of you are launching like a creative endeavor, an entrepreneurship. King energy is always about taking the reins and stepping into a role where you are either your own boss, a CEO, and I see a lot of you heading in that direction. And if you're strategizing that right now, I see that it is something that's going to be very lucrative later on. With that Temperance card, a lot of you are doing two things or more than one thing. And I feel don't burn yourself out. Make sure that you get good quality rest. But when you love what you do, it feels like it isn't really work, okay? It just feels like you're submerging yourself over the next coming weeks to do something that you love and make money from it as well there, okay? Now, the Bees card tells me that there is sweet reward. So do I see promotion vibes? Yes, I do. So if you are in a certain sector, I feel like you are going to be tapped for a promotion. There will be more money attached to it, but I'm not being shown the money at this time. What I am being shown is celebration. So you may be talking finances in November regarding this, okay? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aries? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? Now, we do have back and forth, okay? And it says here, indecision makes it hard for you to get real traction. Make a firm decision. Now, I feel if you've had some ideas or you have a decision to make, looking at your overarching energy, you know deep in your heart what you really want to do and you're just going to go for it, okay? I don't see any indecision here with your energy, but some of you may have to deal with contractors or people where there is a back and forth, a negotiation, or maybe even you're having to chase somebody for something over the next coming weeks or months. It could be that you have to like call customer service about something or IT about something, and it just feels like, oh, because if they really, you know, were as organized as you, you'd be on it. You'd have finished it, completed it, but you may be dealing with someone who is not as competent as you over the next 6 weeks, and there is a bit of a back and forth on that, okay? But don't give up because you will get the desired outcome. You're going to be very goal-oriented over the next coming weeks and months, and I feel like you're going to be on top of your game. We've also got temporary, so this can indicate some of you are thinking about seasonal work. You may be picking up something extra. Maybe you're thinking about being a little bit more freelance there as well. It says here, you may have many jobs before finding the one you love, okay? Now, with the Queen of Cups there, I feel a lot of you love aspects of what it is that you do. But again, I picked up earlier that some of you, of course, there are some aspects that you don't particularly like doing. We all have that, of course. Money comes and goes. So on a personal level, you know, money, you get paid and then you got bills to pay. So I feel it's kind of the same. But as you move into November, I feel that's when there is the potential for a little bit more money to be coming in. So whether it's a small raise or whether it's a bonus, I feel there is money floating around you, but it doesn't get finalized until November. Some of you may actually also receive some sort of money from the past, either interest on something or what do you call it? When when you get a residual on something. Some of you may receive something like that, but I feel it's small, and then the next one will be bigger, is what I see there too. And finally, we've got personal power. Okay, so it says you hold the key to your own success. So unlock the door. I did hear someone knocking on the door earlier. So this is like opportunity knocks. Unlock that door. You've got the key to it. So I do feel this is quite an exciting time for you. It almost feels like the catapult to something else that's more lucrative later on in the year. And it says inquire within. So going inwards, asking those questions, but also you have the knowledge and the skill set. Everything is within you, and you're making life happen on your own terms. So I'm just going to go and get a trinket or rune before we close. Okay, so we have... Interesting. We've got love, okay, and there is an arrow through it. So, I mean, with the King and Queen of Cups there, for some of you, you're thinking about a business partnership with the one that you love. Maybe it's with your partner there. For some of you, you've got love on your mind as well, and maybe that there's a slight distraction there. Some of you, it could be that there is love forming in the industry that you work in. So you may have to make some decisions there on that, whether you strike up a romance where you work. So that's your choice. We all have free will. But ultimately, when you apply this trinket to career, of course, this is about following your heart, doing what you love. And there is an arrow there, which means you're going to be right on target. Even if you feel, because there's a hole in the heart there, even if you feel like something didn't work out last time, this time is different. You learnt from last time. So if you started up a business before and it didn't go the way you hoped for, remember, you didn't fail at it, you learnt from it. So you migrate those skills and whatever it is that you learnt into the next thing that you're doing. Remember, everybody who created something that we use today, whether it's electricity, whether it's a telephone, whether it's a light bulb, whatever it is, that person didn't wake up in the morning and think, you know what, I know how to create the light bulb. No, they tried hundreds of times before they had their eureka moment, and they didn't see it as a failure. They just saw it as an experimental time. And I feel like this is a great time for you to experiment. What's working? What's not working? What do you love doing? What do you not love doing? Can you outsource or delegate something that you don't like doing so you can be more time efficient? And I definitely see that's something you're focused on over the next coming weeks and months. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you, my beautiful Aries. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press that little notification bell. Lets you know when I update my next message. Lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Aries, and love and light.